Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Tuesday, August 13th. Sorry, I got a cough drop in my mouth. And yesterday we saw that the silver and the gold that they have cherished so much, that they have used to make idols, are of no value, that God is going to take away their resources, despite the fact that they have this worldly wealth, and that when that famine hits, the shortage of food is still going to be a shortage of food. It's not going to matter how much food you have or how much money you have, how much gold and silver you have. There's still a shortage of food, and that's the bottom line. We saw that the people would be in sackcloth on Monday and yesterday, and that they would have bald heads, both of which are a sign of great distress or mourning. So today we're up to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 20. And it says, his beautiful ornament they used for pride, and they made their abominable images and their detestable things of it. Therefore, I make it an unclean thing for them. Okay, so let's break this down. God gives them a beautiful ornament in this silver and in this gold. And instead, they make abominable images out of it. They make detestable things out of it. So that's given. They take it, they twist it, and they use it for idolatry. And because of that, now it's an unclean thing. Now it is not something that glorifies God. It is not something that pleases God. Verse 21. And I will give it into the hands of foreigners for prey, and to the wicked of the earth for spoil, and they shall profane it. So he's saying, all of those treasures, they're going to be turned over to your enemy. I'm going to allow your enemies to take it. In fact, I'm going to help your enemies take it, because you've used it for idolatry, and my wrath is coming. And then we get to verse 22, and we're going to sit on this verse for quite a while, because I have quite a bit of, I did quite a bit of research in here. Verse 22 says, I will turn my face from them. Okay. So when God turns his face, so I'm facing you right now. If I turn my face away from you, I'm going to turn my back on you. That's what that means. God is turning his back on them and saying, no more am I going to bless you because of your idolatry. And they shall profane my treasured place. Robbers shall enter in and profane it. Okay, so their enemies are going to get into this treasured place. Now we're going to sit on this treasured place for a little bit and really dissect what the meaning looks like. So I looked up that word in the Strong's Concordance, and what I found is some translations call it the secret place. Right away, I'm thinking of the prayer closet. The prayer closet is also called a secret place. Why is it treasured? Why is it secret? Because it's a place where you go and you have uninterrupted, undistracted time with God. It's just you in God's presence. It's when God communicates with you, when you are communicating with God, and you're just basking in his presence. That's why it's treasured. That's why it's a secret place, because it's a special place just for you and God. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a closet. It's just a place you can go, uninterrupted. It could be taking a bubble bath. It could be out in a field. For me, I have I'm blessed. I have a room that is my prayer closet. But it's important to have that place where you're not going to be interrupted. But what has happened here is they have profaned that treasured place. They haven't valued it. And when I think of our modern day culture, even people who say that they're believers, we have so many, they go to church on Sunday and they're like, checked it off my list. I'm good to go. I don't need to do anything else. They're profaning the treasured place. We need to be aware of that. We need to keep that in mind, and we need to make sure that we're not profaning that treasured place and that we're valuing it and treasuring that. When I looked up in the Cultural Study Bible about the shaved heads and the sackcloth, what I found is that those were not a sign of repentance. They were a sign of sorrow. because of the discomfort that's come from that judgment. And that those physical resources have become objects of plunder for the enemies to enjoy instead of the people to enjoy. We've got to remember to keep that treasured place holy. We've got to remember the value of that treasured place, and we need to treasure it, cherish it, and bask in his presence. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.